know if I'm the one still opening up, y'all.
You are.
Yes.
All right. Look, you see now y'all a face. Like, girl,
why
you
would she even ask, right?
Like,
who else is
are
gonna
you
open
even
up?
tripping? All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bestie Finders office hours. Y'all don't even believe, you wouldn't even believe the conversations we have before we get started. But great day, besties. Hey, Coach. Hey, Bestie.
Hey.
Dr. Lisa.
Hey.
Dr. Lisa, y'all say Bestie Finder net.
Yeah, how come what happened to my name?
Like, I'm like, your name is Bestie Finder net now. I'm like, okay. I mean, I want to call you the right thing. But they said you can call
Dr.
me
Lisa, first of my name.
You can call me da. You can call me that, but just don't call me. Y'all remember that little saying somebody used to say? You can call me this or you can call me that, but just don't call me whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. Now, girl, now y'all, I just heard about it. I never participated. So great day, everybody. Y'all welcome here with me and my besties. And so y'all know every Wednesday at 12:30, we coming to you live with real life situations and things that how to use your gifts in life, period. Work, life, and play. So, each day, each Wednesday, you really just don't know what you're going to get with us because it depends. We know we say, Dr. Lisa, what we talking about, but now we having a hot conversation before we get started. That's the topic of the day. So, but Dr. Lisa, go ahead and tell us.
All right. So last week, Coach Nyala and I talked about your best people walking off the job quietly. They don't even tell you what's going on. And today we're going to go a little bit further with that to where, okay, you are now stuck in the chaos. You're the manager. You're the employee that was about to walk out the door. The poo-poo has hit the fan. Fists about to fly. Staplers are up in the air.
Papers flying.
Copy
Hey, y'all, I had a
down,
situation like that for real.
And so, what
With
do
a family
you
member.
do?
Oh.
What do you do when you're in the middle of that chaos and you're either right at that tipping point, the pressure is building fast, or you might be one of those leaders who are you see where this is going, but you don't know what to do. You know something's got to happen before the staplers start flying, but what do you do? And it's a good thing we have a certified gift coach on our team, because Dr. Dean Kathy,
because y'all don't want to hear what I
takes the lead on these things for us, will help us understand where do you begin. You might think that you got to start with, who got hurt first, or whose problem created all the other problems, and that's not really it. Take it away, doctor.
Okay, look, check this out. I just mentioned that I had this issue. I had a similar situation where I had a situation some years ago. This is before I became a gift coach. Okay. And so I was in business with my dad, and honey, he can't. Y'all know. Okay. A daughter father situation, and he don't understand business, and I'm trying to run a business, and he just got mad one day, honey, and came down there. Like when I said papers flying.
All right, it's good. It's good every single time. We're going to give it a second.
Come on back.
Yeah, we're going to give it a second.
Because I really want to know what happened.
I want to know what happened after the paper started flying. Like, tell me.
Tell us what is going on.
Okay, so we're going to have to wait because she's going to log back in.
Yes.
She's going to log back in. So
for those of you who are watching who are not in the Atlanta area, know that the weather has not been good. And
yes.
While in New York, that might not mean nothing. Here, down here, it still means a little something if the weather is too bad, because we've got things we got to deal with. But
I'm not gift certified, but I'll tell you what I've done is I found out that I needed to step away in the past, but she's back. So praise the Lord. That's why we need the certified gift coach to come back in and tell us.
Okay, this is so crazy. Y'all know it's about to get juicy. That's why it drops me off.
That's why we're sitting here waiting on it.
So I don't know what part. What was the last thing y'all
heard?
Paper
flying.
Dad was coming out. Dad was coming in.
He was coming for me, y'all. He was coming for me. He came and knocked everything off my desk, and that was before I was like, before I understood my gifts, right? And he is. And I stood up. The perceiver girl, the gifts are without repentance. That's what I was getting ready to tell you. They're gonna show up no matter what the situation is. You know, if you know about them, if you don't know about them, if you're aware or not aware, they're gonna show up. Honey, I jumped up and I said, if you don't pick up every last one of these pieces of paper off this floor. My cousin was there with her. She was like, I was all up in his face, y'all. You know, so I did not handle that situation correctly. You know, we took it outside. I was like, we're going to take this outside, okay? But in that sense, just like I said, when you are in the middle of a situation, I will handle that much differently. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To find out what the real problem is. So again, so it's either, you know, you're going to be, if you're in the middle when everything is already happening. And so just trying to assess the situation and not even finding out whose fault is it. It's about putting the fire out first. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so you would know to bring that person. It could be like an exhorter. I would say an exhorter need to come in because of the fact that, you know, they're gonna love in a whole different manner. Like, you know, see the size and like in me. Let's douse the fire real quick, okay? And then, you know, and have that conversation of the person who is hurt. You know what I'm saying? Who is the maddest? And so now, most of the time, we already know it's probably a miscommunication. You know, once we get, you know, that side, and then just get both sides of the story so you can literally see which gifts were at work. And so most of the time, again, depending on the people who were in the battle, you know, was it a perceiver who done said something to a compassion? You know what I'm saying? So y'all know we get ready to do Handle with Care webinar about those particular two gifts, because if that perceiver look, hey, this, that, blah, blah, blah. You know, what you talking about? Would you just get the job done? Why you mad? You know what I'm saying? That is how a perceiver be like, I'm just saying what I'm saying. You know, this is the truth. And so the compassion person there is like, oh, what you saying about me? And it's not even about the situation or the project anymore. It's because now you saying they can't do something well, or that you're saying that they're not good enough, or they're not experienced enough, or whatever. So it depended on the two gifts that are going at it, and then any other gifts that's adding fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? And so if you got now some, like the teacher gift, once y'all figure it all out, y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? This is what the policies say. This is what the rules are. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all figure it out, let me know. All right. And the administrator going to be one that is pretty much responding alongside an exhorter, because all they want to do, they want the team to win. Mm-hmm. An administrator wants the team to win. They don't care who gets the credit. Right? Well, who did? Well, it doesn't matter. Let's just figure it out. Blah blah blah. You know, that's how an administrator. Let's just get the work done, and we'll figure all that out later. Compassion, again, we already know their feelings hurt, and now they don't really. And you know, now they don't change their whole mind. You know what I'm saying? And ready to do something else. But then you got another exhorter on the team that can come together with the other exhorter who's trying to make it all work out, and they can tag team and take one side and the other take the other side once they, you know, and get everybody to see what is really important, where the misunderstanding was, and then just explaining to the person who's really the one who's hurt or mad about the situation that it wasn't personal. You know what I'm saying? So the giver is that one too that can be well balanced, enough to say, look, and then they can choose whichever gift that they feel like they need to operate in at that particular time. Mm-hmm. And so I've been in situations like that. What I've seen, the giver had to come in and be the one that calm everything down. You know what I'm saying? And just work it from all sides. I understand your point. I understand your point, but this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I love about the doggone gifts. And when you understand that, and as you build a team, you'll know who to include into what. And then we know when that giver person stands up in a staff meeting, when the explosion started and the fireworks start sparking and everything. And if that giver person speaks up, you know that that's going to be that maturity that stands up, the one that understands, that wisdom starts to speak. Okay. Mm-hmm. And just kind of get everything back on track. And so but then most people, now I'm gonna tell you, the compassion person is going to be like a fight or flight. They're going to flight. They don't like conflict. They're going to run. They'll be like, I ain't doing this, and going about their business. But an exhorter, and if it's I'm just saying, if the fight or the is between an exhorter and an exhorter, going like, let's lay it out on the table. Tell me what the problem is so we can fix it. Mm-hmm. And so that person is not trying to be, trying to keep dragging it on. They just want to find out what it is. When I'm saying that person, meaning the exhorter communicator, they want to communicate what they really meant, because a lot of times, it's just even from an exhorter standpoint, they just misunderstood. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, hopefully that made sense, y'all.
It did.
It does.
It did. Mm-hmm. Coach, you got anything to add?
So the other gift that I missed, I'm sorry, is the server. The server just wanted everybody to be happy. Yeah, you want some water? Y'all you need a coat. You need some food. Let me go. They just want to. They're gonna get their little 2 cents now. They will, because but they just want to make sure that everything is okay.
That sounds good. And as you were explaining who should do what, I was seeing the football playbook.
Because that team's gonna be sitting back like,
go to the wing, and then
ooh,
we're gonna send
the gift communicator playbook. Yes, I like it, girl. Don't be saying stuff, because we come up with an idea like that.
Well, I didn't say playbook by accident. There might be a freebie lurking nearby that's called a communication playbook, and it's based on how to fix just this kind of problem. And we might just be giving away several of those. Woo-hoo! If you sign up for the Clash of Connect newsletter. Yes. You would also find out about the Handle with Care webinar that Dr. Dean Cathy mentioned.
Yes.
Coming up. Boom.
All right. So, cute coach, tell us about your give us your take. Cute coach.
My take, I shared a little bit of it. I mean, I
didn't hear it.
Yes, ma'am. Was that the exhorter or the perceiver that came out right quick?
That was the perceiver. Girl, both of them. They both sitting there like.
So naturally, I am high on compassionate. So in the past, what I was saying was that I naturally would flee, because I do not like conflict. It really, I feel it in my bones. I do not like conflict. And that's just the way I realize I'm made. It doesn't make me any less of anybody else. What I've had to learn is that I do have other strengths. Mm-hmm. And so learning to pull those strengths and that gift, which my second gift is giver. So lead in that allows me to make better decisions and to remove myself from it. I like to think that as a compassionate, I think about the purpose first. So what's the purpose? Are we following a mission and vision? Is it to follow what is the ultimate goal and purpose that we're doing here? And then everything else lines up with it. Kind of like wellness, right? Health first, and then everything else lines up with that, right? So when I operate in the giver, removing myself, removing the emotions behind it, it allows me to bring in and not only see other people's sides, but hopefully I can share enough information with them so that they can see the other person's side, so we can have a meeting of the minds. That's ultimately my goal. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, and so her response was more of a giver exhorter, because that compassion, she already said, they like to flee. Like, you hurt my feelings down to the bones, and I don't want to talk right now. You know what I'm saying? But when you said that you want to find out what is the purpose, see, that's when your giver is kicking in. What's the real deal here? And so we can get to the promised land.
Yeah. No more Egypt. No more Egypt.
No more Egypt. Come on out, y'all. I don't told you.
So, as we say that, I wanted to make a clarification, just in case someone pops in, and while we're saying get out of Egypt, we're not actually talking about the physical country of Egypt, y'all.
I hope they know that.
Not what we're talking about. We're not talking about Egypt. I would like to visit Egypt myself. We're talking about Egypt in the Bible and leaving it that way.
And we're talking about Egypt equals bondage.
Yes.
We said come out of the bondage, come out of the frustration, come out of the life of being stressed. That's the Egypt that we're talking about.
Right.
Yes. Because I would love to go back to Egypt. Yes. Yes. It's a beautiful country.
All
yes.
Right. So on that note, after I made that clarification, I urge you to join us for Clash and Connect, which goes out every other Sunday. Just tap this little link here in the middle between us here and sign up for the Clash and Connect newsletter, and we will see you next week.
Next week, guys. Have a great one.